Hello everyone, welcome to a new episode of Tea with JoJo. I called off my wedding because my fiance doesn't want my daughter to be in our wedding. So I am 45 and I have a daughter, Polly, from a previous relationship. I divorced my ex-wife on good terms, so we share a 50-50 custody of Polly. Polly is now 11 years. After I divorced my ex-wife, I met my now fiancée Sharon, and Sharon and my daughter got along very well. After 5 years in my relationship with Sharon, I proposed. Sharon was super excited and wanted to start planning right away. She looked at venues and started asking her friends to be her bridesmaids. She then told me she wanted her niece to be the flower girl, which I had no problem with. But I said I also wanted Polly to be a flower girl. Sharon looked at me funny and then said she didn't think that Polly would fit the part. I got angry and I told Sharon that my daughter would be in our wedding. Sharon started to become upset and said that the girls in the wedding were up to her to decide and that Polly would not be one of them. I told Sharon that if Polly wasn't in the wedding, then there might be no wedding at all. I stormed out and I took Polly to get ice cream. Polly knew we were getting married and she told me she thinks she will look pretty in whatever dress Sharon decides she should wear, and this statement broke my heart. I decided to text Sharon. I told her I would be staying at a friend's place to think things over. My mother-in-law texted me saying that I was overreacting and that my daughter doesn't have to be in my wedding, and I was an ass for saying that I would cancel it. Come on, his daughter is his priority. I told my fiancé that I wanted my daughter in the wedding in some shape or whatever form, but I wanted her to be part of the day and not sitting with guests while we walked down the aisle. My fiancé said that it would be best if she just sat with my parents. I then told my fiancé that she will be in the wedding, and if it means that she has to be part of the groomsmen, then so be it. My fiancé blew up saying that she is not a boy and my side is only for boys. She denied my request to have a father-daughter dance with Polly, so this is why I'm rethinking the whole wedding. Sharon and I are going to talk overnight and hopefully she will give me a reasonable response. I came home to talk to Sharon today, but when I pulled into our driveway, my mother-in-law was sitting there in her car. I got out and I went inside trying to avoid talking to my mother-in-law. Sharon was sitting at the kitchen table and I joined her. We sat in silence, so I asked the first question, why does Polly not fit the part? And why don't you want her in the wedding at all? Her answer gave me the shock of my life. She quietly said, I was hoping that after the wedding, you could become a holiday visit only dad. That the daughter will be visiting him only during the holidays. I didn't want her in the wedding so she wouldn't be in the photos around the house since she wasn't going to be around much. Wow. I kept my cool. I calmly took her hand and I pulled up my engagement ring. Her eyes started to tear up and she said she wouldn't end the marriage over this and that she can change. I told her the damage was already done. I told her I wanted her to move out her things by next week and that she could come get them when my daughter wasn't home. She stormed out and my mother-in-law came knocking on the door saying that I was being unreasonable. I couldn't imagine only seeing my daughter 3 or 4 times in a year. The fact that Sharon wanted me to give up part of my custody blew me away. I am sitting on the couch just in shock. Our honeymoon was supposed to be in Hawaii, but it seems that me and Polly will be going instead. My fiancé has tried to reach out to me wanting to work everything out, saying she only did it because her mom wanted pure grandchildren. What does that even mean? I still do not care. If she really loved my daughter and I, she wouldn't even have acted on her mother's wishes, which is very true. You're with your partner. Why are you taking such ridiculous advice from your mom to make a man push his daughter away to the extent that he's allowed to only see her during the holidays? That is totally crazy. Sharon had called my workplace to try and get in touch with me. She has even shown up a few times to try and talk to me, and I have told my supervisor to just ask her to leave. She has gone as far as messaging my ex-wife a few times, wanting to know why her calls won't go through to me. When she caught wind that we were already on the supposed honeymoon, she was pissed. I am still close with her brother, and he told me that her and my mom were going to try and get plane tickets. Wow. If that's the case, I would likely file a restraining order. Polly has asked what happened to Sharon and I told her that we came as a package deal and Sharon only wanted me and I couldn't leave her. Polly understood, but I think she was a little heartbroken because she liked Sharon. I returned home and I got about 50 envelopes full of pages of how I need to take Sharon back that was dropped by my mother-in-law. I honestly didn't read through them and I threw them away. So far, I have coincidentally run into Sharon at a grocery store and gas stations, and I am not paying any attention to her. She attempted to show up at my daughter meets the teacher's night in school, but since she didn't have a kid, she wasn't allowed in. From what I have heard through her brother and her dad, she already has a new boyfriend and just wants to get back at me now. As for me, I am thinking of getting back with my ex-wife as we ended things mutually before. She's going to move back in with Polly and I, and I wish the best for us. I wish you the best as well, because Sharon definitely doesn't deserve you. Like, why we shouldn't even think of separating father and daughter? Okay, during the dating process, you never noticed anything. Your daughter never complained about her. So now that you boldly took another step to get married to her, she's asking you to drop your daughter. That's absolutely crazy. Well guys, don't forget to leave your opinions in the comment section, like and share this video, and if this is the first time you're coming across this page, don't forget to hit the subscribe button.